Kalen Patterson, Midwest Muscle at the Kansas City Natural Classic. Big show, big venue. Actually, two shows going on, amateur side, professional side. And of course, these shows don't happen without support and some kind of background. Come on in here, guys. And these gentlemen here actually stepped up, and you're hearing more. I just talking to Chris Wells I think last week, and he was saying he was in love with you guys. And then I come down here, I got Meshack and Dave the Dream Jarima. All of them are saying such good things. What made you guys step to this side where you're just dealing with naturals, and what brought out where you were getting such high caliber personnel?
Well, when we started, first of all, we love natural bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. And, I compete myself for a number of years. Natural bodybuilding has actually changed my life. It gave me more discipline, more responsible man. Mm-hmm. It done many things for me. And when I turned pro, what I found was I had a hard time finding sponsorships out there. And not only in the sponsorship that I found that would accept me, there were certain situations that either they had certain products that I wasn't willing to support, or certain things that wouldn't be all natural that I didn't want to get involved with.
Filler they talk about.
Yeah. So as I started talking to more and more other friends that I have that are pros, they have the same situation. Mm-hmm. So I was like, at the time, we didn't see anything out there for any natural athletes, or a push for any natural athletes when it came to either supplement companies or any kind of business aspect of pushing just the sport of natural bodybuilding.
Which is rare. That's rare.
Yeah, and we thought at first when we started this, we was like, all right, the first thing is maybe we can get our costs down ourselves for the stuff that we were doing. But then we started like, all right, Joe, let's think a little bit deeper on this. And let's try to impact the sport, because the sport gave us so much. I wanted to give it back. Yeah. So we created P for P Muscle. Mm-hmm. And
which stands for?
Pound for pound.
Okay.
Muscle. And basically it's pound for pound anything in your life that you strive to be great.
Yes.
You don't have to be the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, but you do your best with what you got. Mm-hmm. And that's what we stand for. And that's the reason why all our athletes are really diverse. We have people like Meshack that you just saw, Cleveland, Brenda Ray. These are legends in natural bodybuilding.
Yes.
But we also have people like Melissa Gooch, which you never heard of. Mm-hmm. Is a girl who only did one show. We want to not only get the best in the sport, but we also want to leave the sport better than when we came to it, and leave it better for other sport. We want 50 of Meshack. We want 50 more of Cleveland. We want more really great bodybuilders like them. And the only way we can do it is sort of, we thought to ourselves, what would have made our bodybuilding career better? Yes. If we had a legend like those that I mentioned just grab us by the hand and help us out. Mm-hmm. I give you an example. We got a guy named Liam McKinnon in the UK.
Yeah.
And he Facebook Cleveland, The Truth. And he's like, dude, you've been my hero for years. And he's like, man, I can't wait to see you at the York again. And Cleveland's like, man, you look great. Your physique is, I really dig your physique and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And that really meant a lot to Liam, because he looks up to Cleveland.
Yes.
And that's, we're more than just a supplement company. We're more than just about the buck and whatnot. Like I told a lot of athletes, when we started this company, it was in August of 2013. Mm-hmm. When we actually pushed out product was January of 2014.
Wow.
So when people say, oh, well, they're making these athletes say it, you guys trying to look for the buck and whatnot, that's not it at all. We wanted to do something to impact natural bodybuilding. And we just had an idea and a vision, and we just sat there and said, well, we can implement the system, and we can get now what we didn't know if the athletes would buy or not. Yeah. If it was just over their head, or it's just before its time.
Yeah.
But as we started talking to more people, it really happened. And while I'm on here, I got to give thanks to Brenda Ray. Because Brenda Ray was pretty pinnacle in this. At the time, we didn't know if this would work. And when she signed on with us, that really gave us an energy boost and the confidence to keep going. So we was like, when we signed her, me and Joe sat in the truck for about a half hour in silence. And he's like, what just happened? And it's like, Brenda Ray signed on with us. We didn't believe that was going to happen because we just went up there just to get her, if we could get into her show. And she's like, well, yeah, the show and everything is good, but what about me, you guys sponsoring me? And we was like, what? Okay, all right, well, we can sponsor you too. And then after that, it just really took off, and then we started really grinding it out, and then we developed P4P Sports. Now we do MMA fighters, UFC, Tough Mudder and everything like that, and we want to create volume. So only thing that we could figure how we could compete against maybe the unnatural, federations was that we didn't have people who can compete against some of their big names and whatnot individually, but we could compete against them together. And that's really a hard thing that a lot of these athletes couldn't grasp, because they're so, when they train by themselves. They're, they
sharing the light.
Right. When they go out to sponsorship, it's a rat race because they're looking out, hey, can I get a sponsorship and whatnot? They never been in a situation where someone tell them, no, we want you to gather with us and galvanize, and then there's more power in numbers and whatnot. So we figured that's how we can leverage federations. That's how we can leverage other Fortune 500 companies, to perks, to kickbacks, to exactly like that. With businesses, I own 2 gyms myself, Anytime Fitness, in DeForest, Wisconsin. But what I know is most business owners are looking at their bottom line. They don't care how your physique, how big your bicep, legs are. They're looking for how you can increase my profits.
My stuff?
Exactly. So I figured we could create volume and create these athletes to where, look, I got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 athletes we can leverage and whatnot. Individually, we can't do that. It's just the best of us. It's a shame we don't get respected like that, but right now we just can't do that. And what we're just trying to do is impact the sport and make it better.
Well, gentlemen, if you could introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Larry Riedel from Madison, Wisconsin.
JB, DeForest, Wisconsin.
Joe Manning. I'm from Partyville, Wisconsin.
And you guys make up P4P. That's right. And it's really taken off. And you guys got some top names. And what I like is that when they started taking it, they look good. And now you get more and more people saying, oh, they're not natural. I'd say that for me, that used to be an insult, but now it's more like a compliment. Thank you. Because I know better. So it's like, okay, you want to say what you say, that's fine. You know, any kind of test, and I'll pass it. But when you have that kind of change, that speaks well about your product, because it's not just garbage and it's not fillers, because that was basically, I'm sure you guys remember just like I did, it was chalk, dirt, and diarrhea. And now all of that changes because you guys are actually addressing what we need as natural athletes.
Most definitely.
Now, have you tried tried a sample?
Actually, when I was up there with Chris, he made sure I did, because he's like, I know you're not going to believe me. I know you think I'm a sponsored athlete, but try this because it tastes really good. And I was like, well, I've already had my pre-workout. And he's like, no. This is just the drink. Go ahead and try it. And it actually tastes good. I mean, there's no aftertaste, which I like.
Thank you.
I've got Rocky Road, cake batter, and ice cream sandwich right now. Want to try one?
Yeah, why not?
What do you want to try?
Cake batter. Well, while he's doing that,
Okay.
There's plenty other things that you guys have on the horizon that you were talking about. What, for the natural athlete, do we need to do? Because, I get tired of people saying I need sponsor, and it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do for the people that are sponsoring you? Because it's a two-way street.
Right. Most of our athletes, what we do is a lot of them know it's an earn it type sponsorship. So, nothing in life is given to you.
That's right.
And you have to, I'm a big believer, if you work hard and you put the effort, then we'll reward you. Because that's what we believe in, is hard work. And a lot of our athletes know that, and they know the vision that we're trying to strive for, what we're trying to do with all these athletes. And we told all of them, you come in and you show promise, and you can go out there and work hard, promote the company, be a good, is it more than that, just be a good teammate, work hard, keep clean,
Yes.
and whatnot, and push the sport. Then we will sit back at the table and renegotiate, and you can get more from us. We have no problem reward the people who work hard and whatnot. And a lot of our athletes like Meshack have that understanding and whatnot.
And he's very driven as well. So,
Right.
I mean, he's matching what you guys are putting out.
Exactly. And we tell them and say, look, here's the deal. We're just two bodybuilders trying to make a difference. And we just trying to do this from the street up. We didn't throw a lot of money down to make this company. We sort of did this on
On the fly.
yeah, on the fly and whatnot. We didn't know if it will work or not and stuff like that. But I do sit back and look at this sometimes, and it's amazing that this time last year that we were just telling a couple of our friends about this P4P, and it could possibly work and whatnot. And look at us now, we're over like 250 athletes nationwide and whatnot, and we're projected to be 400 to 500 by November. So
that dream is happening.
yeah, the big thing, and I put out something on Facebook, it's not us, it's the athletes. And I make sure they know that it's because your hard work. We didn't do this through bodybuilding.com or some of the popular magazines out there and whatnot. This is people power.
Yeah.
And and word of mouth. And the thing is these people, we don't pay these people to say our product is good. We just they go out there and we tell them the situation. They go out there and they love the product. A lot of them are, I won't put my name on it unless it's good. They try it. There you go. They try it and it's good, and they go out there and everything that they say on Facebook or whatnot is their words, is what they believe in and whatnot. And it been going very well. You know, I'm hoping that the future that we can more importantly impact the sport even more. We want to change things. We don't want, and when me and Joe started, we didn't want to just be a supplement company.
Yeah.
And that's why I said our products didn't come out to January 2014. We wanted to create something to where the athletes either had a voice. We wanted to do everything better, and it's happening. Before we had to beg people to talk to us. Now we got people, hey, you want to come meet with me? You want to meet? Can we do something together and stuff like that? And that's because of all the athletes.
Yes.
The power of numbers, and it's amazing. It's amazing what hard work will get you.
That's right.
And whatnot. And it's the same thing. Only thing we did was take the lessons that we learned from bodybuilding and applied it to this business.
And it worked.
There you go.
And you got a gift for me.
I do.
Yeah.
That's cake batter.
Now, if you,
Meshack, you were right. You're right. It works. That's cake batter. That's cake batter. I feel like I should get fat right now. I got a show in 2 weeks. That's some good stuff. Well, gentlemen, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your support. It's awesome.
Martin Daniels, holla at me.
P4P, Kalen Patterson, Kansas City Classic, Midwest Muscle. We are out.